How is ecological footprint calculated? Have you ever wondered how our activities impact the environment? Understanding the ecological footprint is key to grasping this relationship. So, how is it calculated? Let's break it down into simple steps. Calculating an ecological footprint starts with assessing how much biologically productive land and sea area is needed to support human activities. This includes producing resources, accommodating infrastructure, and absorbing waste. The result is often expressed in global hectares, which allows 4 easy comparisons across different regions. First, we need to understand biocapacity. This term refers to the Earth's ability to produce resources and absorb waste. It is measured by calculating the amount of biologically productive land and sea area available. Next, let's look at the components of the ecological footprint. It considers various human demands. For instance, food production requires land for growing crops and raising livestock. Fiber production involves forests for timber and other plant materials. Carbon sequestration refers to the areas needed to absorb carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuels. Lastly, infrastructure includes the space for buildings, roads, and other human-made structures. Now, let's go through the calculation process step by step. First, you need to calculate the total resources consumed by an individual or a community. This includes food, energy, and materials. Next, determine the embedded land use. This means figuring out how much land is required to produce these resources. For example, consider the land needed to grow food or harvest timber. Then, think about waste absorption. This involves considering the land needed to absorb waste, especially carbon dioxide from fossil fuel use. If you are looking at a country, you will also need to make trade adjustments. This means adding imports and subtracting exports from national production to account for international trade. Finally, compare the total ecological footprint to the available biocapacity. This comparison shows whether the demand exceeds the Earth's capacity. In the context of parks and campgrounds, understanding the ecological footprint can help manage resources sustainably. Parks can assess their footprint by evaluating energy use, waste management, and resource consumption. This helps implement sustainable practices like renewable energy and recycling. Campgrounds can calculate the footprint of visitors by considering their consumption patterns and waste generation. This information can guide policies to minimize visitor impact on the environment. By understanding their ecological footprint, parks can focus on conservation efforts that protect biologically productive areas and enhance biodiversity. This knowledge helps parks and campgrounds contribute to reducing their ecological footprint and promoting sustainable practices for everyone who visits.